Okay, this is Purim, and so I'm doing Purim. I've already read live, and it's in YouTube to be rewatched. Um, Esther 1 and 2, and it's called Hadassah. Let's see if we can get it up there. In this um, Messianic Bible. Yes, if you be really good, okay? No games, no cussing. Sorry, guys, my son. Okay, here we go. Um, After these events, sovereign, okay, and this is the king's name, Ahasuerus, prompted Haman, son of Hammedatha, the Haggite, the Haggite. That's I read that today when Moses was being told by God where Manasseh was going to be. There was Gog and Haggites. And exalt him and seat him higher than all the princes with him and all the sovereign's servants who are in the sovereign's gate bow and did obstinate. Let me see if this can enlarge it for me. It means to bow down, I know. Obeisance. Obeisance. To Haman, for so the sovereign had commanded concerning him, but Mordecai would not bow or do obeisance. And the sovereign's servants who were in the sovereign's gate said to Mordecai, why do you disobey the sovereign's command? It came to be when they spoke to him daily, and he would not listen to them, that they told Haman to see whether the words of Mordecai would stand. For he had told them that he was Yehudi, which is Jewish, right? Or a Jew, right? Sorry. That he was a Jew. Okay, verse 5. And when Haman saw that Mordecai did not bow or do obeisance, Haman was filled with wrath, but it was despicable in his eyes to lay hands on Mordecai alone, for they had informed him of the people of Mordecai. Therefore Haman sought to destroy all of the Yehudim, the Jews, who were throughout all of the reign of Ahasuerus, the people of Mordecai. In the first month, which is the month of Nisan, in the 12th year of sovereign Ahasuerus, someone cast Pur, Pur. That is the lot before Haman from day to day and from morning to month to month, until it fell on the 12th month, which is the month of Adar. Okay, so this just tells you that the 12th month is the 12th of the Adar. So it's about to be a new year for Jerusalem, for Israel, because March is Adar. So we are cleansing ourselves by humbling ourselves before God and doing a fast in order that we will come into the new year, the sacred new year. I got it wrong one year, and I thought that something special was going to happen in December. God is good. Haman then told sovereign Ahasuerus, there is a certain people scattered and dispersed among the people of all the province of your reign, whose laws are different from all people, and they do not do the sovereign's laws. Therefore it is not the sovereign's interest to let them remain. If it pleases the sovereign, let a decree be written to destroy them, and let me pay 10,000. Let's see if this makes it better. So the word is right here. Kikens of silver, and into the hands of those who do the work, to bring it into the sovereign's treasures. And the sovereign took his signet ring from his hand and gave it to Haman, sons of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the enemy of the Yehudim, or Jews. The sovereign said to Haman, the silver and the people are given to you, to do with them as seems good to you. And the sovereign's scribes were called on the 13th day of the first month, and a decree was written according to all that Haman commanded to the vicars. Let's see. That's what it looks like to me, vicars. No, viceroys of the sovereign, and to the governors who were over each province, and the officers of all people, to every province according to the writings, and to every people in their language. It was written in the name of sovereign Hasawarash. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. And sealed with the sovereign's signet ring. And the letters were sent by the runners into the sovereign's provinces to cut off, to slay old, to slay and destroy all the Judeum, both young and old, little children and women, in the day on the 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month of Adar, and to plunder their possessions. A copy of the writing to be made law in every province was published for all people to be ready for that day. The runners went out, hastened by the sovereigns, commanded, and the decree was given out in the citadels of Shushan. The sovereign and Haman then sat down to drink, but the city of Shushan was in confusion. Okay, chapter 4. Sherry, I'm going to trade places with you, girl.
Okay.
Get up. Let's see if it's not liking it because I'm doing this.
Okay. Okay.
I need more light. I think I could read better. Let that cat out. Okay. See if my computer goes back. Okay, good. So chapter 4.
Wow.
And Mordecai learned of all that had been done. And Mordecai tore his garments and put on sackcloth and ashes, and went out into the midst of the city, and cried out with a loud and bitter cry. And he went up to the front of the sovereign's gate, for no one might enter the sovereign's gate wearing sackcloth. And in every province where the sovereign's command and decree came, there was great mourning among the Yehudim, the Jews, and fasting and weeping and wailing, and many lay in sackcloth and ashes. And Esther's young women and Enoch's came and told her, and the sovereignness was deeply pained, and sent garments to Mordecai to wear, and to take away the sackcloth from him, but he refused. And Esther said, the person that sent it just referred to her as her title, sovereignness. That's the Queen Esther. Queen Esther called Hathach, one of the sovereign's eunuchs, whom he had appointed to attend her, and she gave him a command concerning Mordecai to learn what and why this was. And Hathach went out to Mordecai to an open space on the city in front of the sovereign's gate. And Mordecai told him all that befell him, and all about the silver, and that Haman promised to pay into the sovereign's treasure to destroy the Jews, or the Yehudim. And he gave him a copy of the written decree and to destroy them, which was given at Shushan, to show it to Esther and explain to her, and to command her to go to the sovereign to make supplication to him and plead before him for her people. And Hathach came and told Esther the words of Mordecai, and Esther spoke to Hathach and gave him a command for Mordecai. All the sovereign's servants and the people of the sovereign's provinces know that any man or woman who goes into the inner court to the sovereign who has not been called, he is but one. Thank you for liking. He has when he enters the sovereign's court who has not been called, he has but one law to be put to death, except the one to whom the sovereign holds out the golden scepter, who then shall live. But I have not been called to come in to the sovereign these 30 days. And they declared to Mordecai the words of Esther. And Mordecai commanded them to answer Esther, do not think within yourself to escape in the sovereign's palace any more than the other Yehudims, or Jews. For if you keep entirely silent at this time, relief and deliverance shall arise from the Yehudim from another place. And while you and your father's house perish, and who knows whether you have come to reign for such a time as this. And Esther commanded to reply to Mordecai, go gather all the Yehudim, the Jews, who are present in Shushan, and fast for me, and do not eat or drink for 3 days and nights, or night or day. I too and my young women shall fast in the same way. Then I shall go to the sovereign, which is against the law. And if I shall perish, I shall perish. Mordecai then went away and did according to all that Esther commanded him. Okay, I'll try to do the chapter 5 later, guys. Thank you. Have a blessed fast. Bye. Yes.
So, you know how you said